Hello, everyone. Hello, Mrs. Paris Moon.
Yeah, hello.
Can you hear me clearer?
Yeah, clear.
Thank you so much. Thank you. We are well set.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to our distinguished audience joining us from around the globe. I am Florida Yadao Ledwaba, the Regional Secretary General of Women's Federation for World Peace Africa, and I will be serving as the moderator for this session. Today marks the final and pivotal session of our summit titled Empowering Women for a Sustainable Future. This session is dedicated to highlighting the crucial role women play in environmental conservation and leadership. We are thrilled to present an exceptional lineup of speakers who will share their personal experiences and insights as experts in their respective fields. Their stories and expertise will inspire and empower us all as we work together toward a sustainable future. Thank you for being here to engage in this important dialogue. Now, I am very delighted to introduce our first speaker, Dr. Ariana Manuela Ortet from Angola. Dr. Ortet is a prominent advocate for human development with a focus on supporting vulnerable groups and addressing environmental challenges. With a master's degree in public administration and organizational sciences, Dr. Ortet's career has spanned several countries, including Portugal, the Netherlands, Suriname, and Angola, where she has passionately engaged in projects aimed at women's empowerment, child protection, and environmental sustainability. Her commitment to these causes began early, driving her to actively promote social initiatives wherever she lived. In Angola, she founded the Prana Angola Center, a hub for pranic healing, yoga, and meditation, reflecting her dedication to personal transformation and holistic wellness. Additionally, she launched the Ubuntu program, inspired by the African philosophy of interconnectedness, to foster human rights and a compassionate work environment. Dr. Ortet is also an advisor to the Women's Federation for World Peace Angola, where she collaborates with Women's Federation Portugal and other Portuguese-speaking nations to celebrate International Women's Day and advance gender equality. Her extensive volunteer work aligns with the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, underscoring her tireless efforts for a more just and equitable world. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Ortet. Ma'am Ortet, you are welcome.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Good afternoon, distinguished guests, esteemed colleagues, and fellow advocates for a sustainable and peaceful future. Before I begin, I would like to extend my heartfelt greeting and gratitude to the founders of the Women's Federation for the World Peace, particularly to co-founder Dr. Hak Shahan Moon, for her remarkable contributions and exemplary female leadership on a global scale. Her work continues to inspire us all. I also wish to express my appreciation to the international presidency of the organization and its invaluable staff for their tireless efforts. I extend warm greeting to the representatives of all WFWPI chapters worldwide, with special recognition to the Lusophone countries, and particularly the chapter in Portugal that recommended me for this honor. My name is Ariana Ortet Fierlanson. I'm honored to be here today to speak on a topic that is not only close to my heart, but also crucial for the well-being for our planet and for future generations. With over 30 years of experience in leadership, I have had the privilege of working across various sectors, including environmental conservation, social entrepreneurship, gender equity, and community development. For about 25 years, I have proudly served as a peace ambassador, and my journey has been deeply rooted in the belief that empowering women is not just a moral imperative, but a strategic necessity for achieving sustainable development. Throughout my career, I have witnessed firsthand the transformative power that women bring to the table, particularly in initiatives aimed at fostering environmental sustainability and social progress. Today, I would like to share insights on the importance of empowering women in the context of sustainability, drawing from my experience and align them with the broader vision of the Women's Federation for the World Peace in Angola. The importance of empowering women for sustainability. As we gather here at the WFWPI Global Vision Summit, we are united by a common goal: to inspire action, cultivate leadership, and advance sustainable practices. Central to this mission is the empowerment of women. Women's empowerment is not just about gender equality, it is about harnessing the full potential of half of the world's population to address the pressing challenge we face today. Why is this important? The answer lies in the unique perspectives and skills that women bring to environmental conservation and leadership. Studies have consistently shown that when women are involved in decision-making processes, particularly in environmental and community initiatives, the outcomes are more sustainable and inclusive. Women often prioritize the long-term well-being of their communities, making them natural stewards of the environment. Moreover, empowering women in this context means equipping them with knowledge, tools, and opportunities to lead. It means ensuring that women have equal access to education, resources, and leadership positions. It also means challenging the structural barriers that have historically excluded women from the forefront of environmental and sustainability efforts. Sustainability as a pillar of peace. From the perspective of the Women's Federation for the World Peace in Angola, sustainability is a fundamental pillar of lasting peace. Without sustainable practices, our world faces increasing conflict over scarce resources, environmental degradation, and deepening social and economic inequalities. To us, sustainability means ensuring that our actions today do not compromise the ability of future generations to meet their needs. This holistic approach to sustainability is reflected in our commitment to addressing the root cause of poverty, inequality, and environmental harm. Women, particularly those in the marginalized communities, are often the most affected by these issues. Empowering them to take an active role in sustainable development is not only an ethical imperative, but also a strategic one. By equipping them with the right tools, education, and opportunities, we ensure that sustainable practices are implemented at every level of society. Allow me to share some examples from my own professional experiences that illustrate the profound impact of empowering women in the pursuit of sustainability. One of the most impactful projects I was involved in took place in Suriname, a country in South America where I worked for several years. I was entrusted with managing a boarding school for girls who came from various parts of the country. These young women, unable to continue their education in their village, were brought to the capital, Paramaribo, where we developed and implemented a project called Square Food Garden. The objective of this project was to teach young women how to create their own means of subsistence using simple gardening techniques. These small gardens will not only provide food, but also allow them to sell any surplus, thereby creating a small family agriculture business. The initiative empowered these young women to return to their village and share their knowledge with their families, friends, and neighbors, helping to address hunger and malnutrition in poorer regions. This success proved that with the right support and training, young women can become leaders in their communities, driving sustainable practices and positive change. Another experience I would like to share from my time in Suriname relates to empowerment of girls in the field of ICT, information and communication technology. One of the first projects I was involved in aimed to break down the barriers that prevent young women from entering the tech industry. By providing target training and mentorship, we are able to equip them with the skills they need to pursue careers in ICT. This not only open up new opportunities for them, but also contribute to a broader movement to close the gender gap in technology and innovation. The project was a success, with many of the participants going on to secure jobs in the tech industry or further their education in related fields. Today, I feel privileged to act as a spokesperson for Lusophone countries, which have been doing remarkable work in empowering women and improving their communities. Two notable examples come from São Tomé e Príncipe and Portugal. In São Tomé, the Women's Federation for the World Peace has been diligently working within schools, focusing on educating children and empowering women in communities. Through education and community engagement, they are creating long-lasting impacts and contributing to the overall well-being of local communities. In Portugal, the WFWP has placed a strong emphasis on education with its online course Teachers for Peace, now in its third edition, which gathers over 40 participants weekly. This project is a testament to the power of education in fostering peace and empowering individuals. Additionally, WFWP Portugal has invested significantly in youth leadership by collaborating with the Committee of Young Professionals. This collaboration has led to the participation of young Lusophone women as speakers and moderators in various forums, providing them with valuable opportunities to develop leadership skills. The results have been outstanding, with positive and substantial contributions, not only national, but also on an international level. These efforts serve as a testament to the power of education and leadership in empowering women to actively participate in shaping the future. Currently, I find myself in Angola, where I have been working with young women through training and mentorship since 2022. These initiatives aim to help them develop their own business and social projects that address community needs while promoting sustainability. These efforts align with the 17 United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, SDGs, particularly those focusing on gender equality, poverty alleviation, and environmental sustainability. By empowering women to start their own ventures, we are not only improving their economic prospects, but also driving sustainable development in their communities. These examples highlight the essential role of education and mentorship in empowering women and young people to lead in their communities and beyond. Together, these initiatives...
Excuse me, Dr. that you have 5 minutes left. Thank you.
Demonstrate that through collective efforts and shared knowledge, we can create a more sustainable and equitable future. Empowerment, education, and leadership as keys to sustainability. The WFWP's vision of sustainability is deeply intertwined with the empowerment and education of women. When women are educated and empowered, they become powerful agents of change in their families, communities, and nations. Education opens the door to knowledge about sustainable practices, from environmental conservation to economic resilience. Empowerment gives women the confidence and resources to implement these practices and to lead others in doing the same. Leadership is another critical aspect of WFWP's vision for sustainability in Angola. We believe that cultivating future leaders, particularly among women, is essential for creating a sustainable world. Our efforts extend to educating women in the importance of sustainable practices and encouraging them to take on the leadership roles within their communities, whether it's through local government, community organizations, or entrepreneurial endeavors. Women who lead are more likely to advocate for and implement sustainable practices and benefit everyone. In conclusion, the Women's Federation for the World Peace in Angola views sustainability as an integral part of our mission to create a world of lasting peace and harmony. By empowering women, promoting education, and cultivating leadership, we are working towards a future where sustainable practices are the norm, not the exception. As we move forward, I encourage all of us to think about how we can contribute to this vision. Let us empower women, educate communities, and lead by example in our pursuit of sustainable and peaceful world. Furthermore, I would like to emphasize that the Women's Federation for the World Peace in Angola is always open to collaboration and partnerships. We believe that achieving sustainable development and lasting peace is a collective effort that requires unity, shared knowledge, and mutual support. By working together, we can expand our impact and bring about meaningful change. Thank you for your attention, and I look forward to building partnerships that will make this vision a reality. Together, we can make a lasting impact and build a future where peace and sustainability go hand in hand. Thank you so much.
Wow, thank you, Dr. Ortet. Together, we should create a better world, and we will surely get in touch with you. And that was an insightful and inspiring speech presentation from Dr. Ortet. Thank you so much. Let's give her another round of applause. Thank you. Our next speaker is Mrs. Siham Anis Najib Kawar from Jordan. Mrs. Kawar is a distinguished leader and advocate for women empowerment and community development as the founding member of the president of the Association of Jordanian Women's Village. She has significantly impacted women's roles in Jordanian society. Ms. Kawar holds multiple advanced diplomas, including in the diagnosis and treatment of learning disabilities and counseling, both from Al-Balqa University and the University of Jordan. She also holds a BA in philosophy and sociology from Beirut Arab University. Her extensive training includes courses in community building, conflict resolution, and peace education from Eastern Mennonite University in the USA. Her notable achievements include serving as an elected member of the Al-Fuhes Council for 3 consecutive terms and as a lecturer and trainer in mediation and conflict resolution. She is the founding member of both the Jordanian Environment Society and the Jordanian Women's Union Fuhes. Additionally, she has contributed as a member of the executive committee of the National Democratic Institute in Jordan and the Metropolis Women International Network. Mrs. Kawar's work reflects her commitment to fostering peaceful, equitable, and sustainable communities. Ladies and gentlemen, please extend a warm welcome to Mrs. Kawar. Ma'am, the floor is yours.
Thanks a lot. This is Siham Kawar. This is Siham Anis Kawar from Jordan. I'm an international trainer and conflict resolution, psychological and educational consultant. Next, please. Next, please. Thank you, Mrs. Moreko, for sisterhood between WFW and our association, Jordanian Women's Village, and the memorable cultural event in my city, Al-Fuhes, in Jordan, in the beginning of this September. Next, please. Yes, I want to mention about this picture. Dr. Zoe and Mrs. Mona, how much they like twins. The hairstyle, the glasses, the faces, the eye color. This is two pictures from the event. I have many pictures, but not now to share with. Next, please. Empowering women for a sustainable future. This is very excellent subject to talk about. Next, please. There are success stories on several levels. For example, on the personal, family, and the professional levels. Next, please. And in the and on the social level, which is the most general and important, because the benefit is broader and more comprehensive. Next, please. The success story of establishing the Jordanian Women's Village Association goes back to 2007, when a group of my students come to my home and asked me to run for membership in the municipal council in my city, Al Fuhais in Jordan. Okay, it was يعني strange idea. That's why I يعني must to think about that many days. Then I asked them, how can I do? I don't know anything about the municipal. That's why they insisted on that and to lead my election campaign. I have several days to say, okay, and they lead my first campaign in 2007. Next, please. Here, I wanted to include qualified female colleagues for this position with me, but they had to consult their families and husbands to finance their election campaigns, since they were not working and did not have money. Next, please. This was a difficult decision for them because the decision is for whoever has money, whether it is a husband, brother, or father, man, at least. Next, please. From here came the idea of economic empowerment for women in my city. Next, please. From my perspective, financial independence leads to intellectual independence and ability to make decisions. Next, please. Thus, the idea of establishing the Jordanian Women Village Association was born. Next, to ensure in sexual work, it was necessary to register the association officially to implement projects and employ women in ways that suited each woman's circumstances and enabling them to support themselves and improve their family's standard of living. Next, please. Over the course of 3 years, yes, 3 years, I worked hard with a group of 5 colleagues until the association saw the light in June 2010. Next, please. Dozens of women were able to establish their own home-based projects, becoming protective and generating income to improve their living standards and those of their families. Women becomes so happy they full time having valuable things, brings them happy and money and self-respect. And I want to mention here that WFWP in Jordan helps us in this step. Next, please. These women get a respected position within their families and society because they have money and easily. Such small projects, although modest, benefit individuals' family. Next, please. Through the association, specialized professional workshops were provided and economic feasibility studies for women's projects were conducted along with marketing their products and community as all. Next, please. All of this achieved through the energy and efforts of women from their homes, and the success stories of women continue through the Jordanian Women's Village Association. Next, please. During these years, many students, girls and boys, continue their high studies, and the association helps women to help their families. That helps society. It's a big circle. Yes, it's a circle. This power must be exploited in one way or another to develop societies in the world, and each one can through each one's circumstances, and it's necessary to focus on educating women because her education is her strength. Her education, yes, it's her strength. Next, please. I believe there behind the closed doors, there's a big power. We have to open the doors and with this power. It's easy. It's easy if I have a dream or goals in my life. I am already started. When you will be starting? Thank you all. Here I wish from everybody to pray for our countries in Middle East for peace. It's hard time. Please pray for our countries, for all the Middle East countries. Thank you for listening. Thank you.
Thank you for that profound presentation, Mrs. Kawar. We are deeply honored to have you with us today and grateful for the wisdom and the sharing that you have given today, your leadership and vision are truly an inspiration. So let us all take this opportunity after listening to Mam Kawar to reflect on the impact that each one of us can make in our own communities as we strive toward a more peaceful and equitable world. We pray for, as you said, Middle East and all the countries in the world to be peaceful.
Yes.
Thank you once again, Mrs. Kawar.
Thank you.
So
Thank you.
now let's move on to our next speaker. Our next speaker is Ms. Asia Omar Gisdir from Somalia. Ms. Gisdir is a seasoned expert in health communication, psychosocial support, and women's advocacy, holding a BA in psychology In Sweden, Ms. Gesder has made notable contributions as a health communicator, facilitating crucial dialogues between healthcare providers and victims of female genital mutilation, FGM. Her role as a linguistic interpreter has further supported new immigrants, while her psychosocial and trauma counseling has significantly aided the Somali community. As a passionate community activist, Ms. Gesdir founded the Wadajir Women and Youth Organization to raise awareness about FGM. In Somalia, Ms. Gesdir served as senior advisor on women and child protection in the office of the Prime Minister in 2009, where she developed a critical protocols to enhance women's safety. Elected chairperson of the Somalia National Women Organization in 2010, she led efforts to advance women's rights. Despite being injured in the April 2012 suicide bombing at the National Theatre, where Somali government officials were targeted, she continued her advocacy. Currently, she serves as the Women, Peace and Security Coordinator for the Banadil Region Administration in Mogadishu, where she remains dedicated to promoting peace and security for women. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Ms. Gesdia. Ma'am Gesdia, the floor is yours. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I hope you can hear my voice.
Yes, ma'am, we can hear you clearly.
I'm really honored today to be with you all. And I say thank you to Women Federation for Peace, because from today, it makes me, I have a family, global family with me. Thank you very much for this opportunity to be here. I am trying to share my, presentation. Just sorry for, I'm learning today, from my fellow women. Let me. Can you help me? I couldn't put my presentation. Okay, thank you very much. As was being told before, my name is Aisha Omar, and I'm just now in Mogadishu. I work a lot with women empowerment. Just now, before 2 hours, there was a big a bombing near, not far from my area. Thank God I'm alive. But, I always love to support women in Somalia. Can you change a bit? Okay. We always ask ourselves, why empower women? Women are very important and essential. If we empower women, the health and social development will grow. Women, to support women will be achievement of gender equality of all levels, and contributing positively to productive economic sectors. And women are champions to change the community, producing female leadership capacity in politics and social economic also. Can we change? Gender equality and women empowerment are among the major challenges facing Somalia. According to UNDP, in Somalia situation, according to UNDP, inequality Somalia has been ranked the fourth last scoring, 0.776, where the maximum score of 1 donuts complete inequality. In Somalia, men are dominant in terms of political, economic, and traditional leadership power, as women have been facing discrimination and gender-based violence through the federal government and regional administration, with the support of international community, have made progresses towards gender inequality, gender equality promotion. In Somalia, women have been facing challenges in accessing to education, employment, opportunity, and political participation. Can we change? According to UNB Somalia, key achievements were made to ensure women empowerment and gender equality. Over 62,000 householders, more than 95% of them women-headed house, gained access to a water direct benefiting over 435,000 family members as a result of UNDP gender responsive programs and interventions. 500,000 people, 75% of them women and children, have gained access to cleaner, healthier, and affordable sources of energy, such as solar and wind energy, and improving cook stoves. Over 1,200 women government officials and at the state and municipality level have been trained on disaster risk reduction, environment, and water management. Federal government and federal member states have developed logistical for effective governance of the activities or law enforcement agencies, such as the police, in the line with international standards, including on rights of women and minority groups. More than 1,600 women have benefited from alternative dispute resolution and mobile court services, which is they divide mobiles and put money for them, those who are in the rurals. 296 survivors of sexual and gender-based violence received medical, legal, and psychosocial support from one-stop referral centers. We have different centers that even social society help. Increased participation of grassroots initiatives and women-led civil society and networking in community-level political and peace-building process has aided inclusive process and knowledge exchange with other crucial for durable peace building. Federal government successfully completed indirectly elections in April 2022 with UNDP technical supports. You know, in Somalia, we have a system, we say democratic, but there's no democracy. And this election was indirect because of the tribal system we have. And when it comes to tribal system, women have no chances to be participate in politics, but struggling a lot. Can we change? Somalia path to women empowerment. The Women Charter of Somalia, key strategies. 2019, we had Ministry of Women, and women gathered from different parts of Somalia and diaspora also. And 350 women came together to demand their rights and put demand full inclusive aspects when it comes to politics and working place also. We demanded during that time equal opportunity and non-discrimination. Women are, Somali women are very resilient, and they are the one who negotiate when there is war and borders between tribes. Women really tried a lot to zero tolerance. You know, like when there is war, there is always problems with women and children, but still we have a culture that people accepted, like female genital mutilation. It's one of the violence also, but it's culturally accepted. So it takes time to demand, you know, the children's rights. Thank God, 2015, Somalia became one of the countries who fight for the rights of the children, and they put in the constitution. Women try a lot when it comes to justice for all, because even when it comes to education and many other areas in our culture, they give priority to male child or male person. Can we change? So this case study, I took an organization called WFWP. WFWP means together. So together, women who had youth or children from different tribes. For example, I have children from another tribe. Sometimes women can be the bridge from two tribes. So in this organization, we build with women who had always from different tribes from their own. And we really discussed a lot about health advocacy, especially when it comes to FGM, because in Sweden, we have this organization in Sweden. And when we went to Sweden, for example, in Sweden, they never knew about female circumcision. So some women, when they were giving children, the doctors and nurses were shocked when they see circumcised women. And the Somali women were shocked also because nobody looked at them in that way. So there was, you know, culture conflict and misunderstanding. To help the patient, the doctors or nurses, they started giving cesarean instead of trying to understand how to help these women who are circumcised to give birth. So through this...
Excuse me, Ma'am Asha,
Yes?
you have 5 minutes. Thank you.
Okay. To help this organization, we start to make understand each other. Can we go? I already told what the GIR means together. Can we change? Yes. As long I was working with Somali women, peace and security in Somalia, we really work hard to you know, like ethics and women development. Women on good manners, you know, as long we had long civil war, we lost a lot of proudness and ethics that we had before. So we make projects to good manners and women development, and under this, it's kind of umbrella with different kind of organizations. One of them is training swimming for women, and many women swim with, you know, big clothes, and we really try to change their ways of dressing to cover well, but use swimming bikini, something like that. We can change. Still, we can change as long as we don't have a lot of time. A call for action. We really want to invest women leadership, health, and empowerment to secure sustainable future, encourage partnerships between government, NGOs, communities, and support women's rights and economic development. Can we change again? Together, that's wadajir. In Somali, we say two hands do something together, and we have a lot of a song with that, and we say, wadajir bay laba gacmood wax ku qaban karaan. So together we can continue the progress towards a more sustainable and equitable future by empowering women in every aspect of society. Thank you for the opportunity to share my thoughts. Looking forward for future cooperation. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Nabad means peace.
Nabad
Let's all
means
say Nabad.
Yes, Nabad.
Thank you.
Peace be with
Nabad.
you all. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Gasdea, for sharing your inspiring insight and experiences with us today. Your work to advance equality, women leadership, and health, and in particular, about the elimination of the female genital mutilation practices is not only inspiring, but also deeply impactful. You have played a pivotal role in bridging cultural gaps and facilitating healing in Somali communities. We are honored to have you with us and look forward to seeing the continued positive impact of your efforts for women and communities in Somali and beyond. Thank you. Yeah, let's give a round of applause to Ma'am Asha. Yeah. Thank you, Ma'am Asha. Okay, so moving on, our final speaker of today's event is Miss Chepi Motlong from South Africa. Miss Motlong is a visionary leader and the founder of the NGO Future Leaf, dedicated to empowering rural and peri-urban women and youth through business management skills training. With over 20 years of experience, Ms. Matlong excels in fostering multicultural and multinational collaborations, demonstrating a unique blend of humanity and boldness. As the managing director of Naledi Yatsepi Business Consulting, she provides tailored business solutions and facilitates trade and investment opportunities for minority-owned enterprises. Her commitment to economic development and sustainable community growth is rooted in her core values of Ubuntu, emphasizing respect and honor for all living beings. Ms. Matlong holds a BA Honors in Organizational Communications from UNISA and postgraduate certificate in Thought Leadership in the African Context and Management Development, respectively. Her extensive experience spans leadership's role in both corporate and non-profit sectors, including as Secretary General of Youth Gather Global and former Vice President of IDO Network in the Southern African region. She also served as the Royal Princess of the Batloka Nation and is the CEO of the Queen Mansisi Culture and Heritage Institute. As seasoned speaker and moderator, Ms. Matlong has led over 200 virtual conferences and moderated more than 250 speakers since 2019. Her international presence include events in Germany, Rwanda, Guyana, Kenya, and showcasing her expertise in global stages. Please join me in welcoming, we call her Princess, Her Highness Princess Tsepi Motlong. Ma'am, the floor is yours. Thank you.
Thank you so much to me, Glory. Thank you so much to the founder and to all the women speakers. I am really honored to be here as also representing our traditional women or the royal women in South Africa. Thank you ever so much. And I just would like also to declare that we are actually in the area called Koa, which is going to be a bit of a tongue twister for majority of people right now, where we are having our celebration of 150 years of the Batokwa in this area. So I just came out of that event right now with all our chiefs, with all the neighbors and neighboring in the community. It is indeed an honor to be one of the contributors on this particular day, on this conference, with a topic that is so close to our hearts, that we have worked on it from all corners of the world. Having been listening to all the speakers, it is so touching to say that all of us, we are dealing with the issues that are really similar. But now when we have done all the talking in all these years, as we have seen our profiles being read, the question still remains, what is it that we need to do differently? Perhaps Mrs. Paris Moon and Mayflo Rilidwaba, we need to really now ponder on what can we do better, what can we do differently, so that we do not come again and just speaking on these platforms in the next year. I highlighted the hours made on just speaking, conferences, purposely so that we can say our next involvement, let it really be practical, let it be bringing solutions, even if it could just be one. Madam Asha, I was moved as well by your presentation. We would like to also pledge our solidarity, our support, because in the southern part, we do not have the issue of the genital mutilation for the girls. So we would like to say where the battles have been won, let us exchange that, practice those knowledge and stand in solidarity. We can travel, we can do all these, but so that we know which door to knock at and be able to speak in one voice. We are here to pledge that, and us as traditional women as well, as women that we can learn as well from these ancient practices, that they need to evolve really at some point. So it was there to say on everyone who's speaking, we are pledging our solidarity, we are pledging to say where there is a need, let us also come together and really make that presentation to the powers be, to all the decision makers. And that is why we have gathered here, so that we can also be included. Inclusion is quite important. United Nations speaks about leaving nobody behind in this decade of action. It is really there to say, can we now move the needle? Can we now move towards the decision makings? Can we now move towards decisions? Even if among all the decisions are 5, that we achieve one, that next year when we come in this month, we are saying this is what we have come together and this is what we have achieved. So thank you so much. Going into my very brief speech is to say, we have seen the reports when it comes to violence in our continent of Africa. Yes, I know violence as well in all other corners, in all other countries. However, I'm saying I'm particularly saddened by this violence, and more so because the survivors or even the victims, those that are affected deeply, are women and children, which is why Future Lift was born. Future Lift really looks at capacitating women and children. What we have done here can somebody help with admitting? I see that I've been made a host, I don't know how. So what we have done is that we capacitate women particularly to assist them with the basic business management skills, those in the peri-urban and those in the rural as well. So we have trained around, I think, close to 250 women. Yes, it's a small scale. However, if you look at the representation of those households, that at least now that they're empowered at least now they don't need to stay in the relationships that are toxic. So then we are able to really decrease the levels of gender-based violence, which is quite a scourge here in South Africa. So now we empower these women so that they can immediately start their own businesses, even at the small scale. Some, they've already started their gardens. We empower them to do agriculture, plant farming. They're already selling their vegetable produce. And that has also seen them change, has seen us changing some of the issues. We can even name here the promotion of social cohesion. We no longer have women that are nibbling on each other, that are fighting, that are conflicting all the time. Because when you are hungry, when you see somebody else succeeding, you are really thinking that, you know, there's a jealousy. So we have eradicated that. We have seen the promotion of social cohesion. We've seen women coming together, taking the tools and going into the garden. And we have seen them looking forward to a sense of belonging. Here in the continent of Africa, when we speak about the principles of Ubuntu, it is a principle that says we are communal, we work together, we are not individualistic. So that is what we have seen and promoting with this business management skills. We are also learning from each other. When it comes to the children, adolescent girls, there's a movement we call Pan-African Adolescent Girls Movement in partnership with Mama Grasa Machel Trust. We are already working with those adolescent girls. We amplify their voices. We are giving them the platform to be able to be own agencies, to speak and say no. No, we are teaching them to say no. It's a full sentence, no on their body. So the curriculum, or should the program, is comprised of 4 thematic areas. It is within education, entrepreneurship, sexual health of the young girls, and a climate awareness, which is one of the objectives as well within our movement of this global peace, which is pleasing to me. So we are really working on those. Even now, on the 24th, on the Tuesday this week, we had our own celebration, heritage celebration in South Africa, and these 150 girls, or even in excess of 150, they were all in one event, in one venue, celebrating heritage. They were also showcasing the project that they implemented in the past 4 months. We also gave them a project as an assignment where they needed to identify the issues that are bothering them in the community, and therefore implemented or executed the solutions thereof. So they designed this project by themselves. We just gave them the tools, facilitated giving them the tools, and they also were showcasing on the day. Some, they also dealt with the issues of bullying, which is one of the empowerment areas that we do. And this was, this was in collaboration with the community. So it was a community outreach and advocacy initiative for the adolescent girls. So it is within education, it is within entrepreneurship, it is within sexual health, and also climate awareness, just the same as the mothers. So here we are creating the very same structure that has worked in us as the cultural norms and cultural practices, where you have the elderly mothers mentoring us, the princesses, then you have us mentoring the younger girls. So we have these adolescent girls where those nurtured the 19, so it starts from 10 years to 24 years. So the 10 years to 19 years, they are adolescent girls because they're still within the school-going age. Those that are out of school, we call them nurtured eagles. We call them eagles because these are the eagles that when they are given a voice and when they are given a chance, when they have got freedom and healthy to express themselves, they really can be eagles that are strong and do great things and move mountains. That is the power of a woman. And then that is another section. The other section is those children that are in school, the learners. We have got a learner capacitation program that also deals with the issues of bullying, the issues of substance abuse, and the issues of gender-based violence within the schools. So we go into the schools. We have already implemented in this past year 5 schools that have been allocated. This is in partnership with the Department of Basic Education. So 5 schools that we have been educated, and we go, and what they do ultimately is also to design their own campaign within these thematic areas of bullying, substance abuse, and gender-based violence. This year, we have now added the environmental awareness. They will also be combining and designing and executing an initiative that is going to involve the community around the climate awareness, which we will also be going in partnership with the Ministry of Environmental Affairs, because we believe in working together. We believe in collaboration. Our government and all other stakeholders that are same or like-minded. So that's what we believe in. That's what we have done, our experience of working within these areas. So we are very much happy to say that we also have seen that any time where there is no peace, by the way, as May Asha has also taught us the word peace in her language. In my language of Sesotho is khotso or mulalo in Tivenda. So those are the languages. That is when we talk about us coming together, sharing in our culture, coining the words that are bringing us together and having fun with our diverse cultures, diverse languages in the continent of Africa. I love that. So when I say khotso, you will also say nepad, or in the way that you did. So we are saying when the mother is healthier and happier, then the family is healthier and happier, therefore culminating into a healthier community that can see us into a sustainable nation, sustainable continent or society. If we can eradicate all this violence that are making our mothers and our women to not have freedom to nurture as it is our ability, our biological ability, so then we are not winning. So let us come together really in solidarity and be aggressive in us going into these doors, going into the powers. Let us be aggressive. Let us come together and speak in one voice. Look, we have the Queen Mantatisi.
Princess, you
Google.
have 2 minutes left.
Thank you so much. Thank you. No, it is okay. It is well. That is my presentation. That is our experience. And we are saying, Aluta continua. Let us come together. Let us do this. It is in our hands. Thank you so much for having us. Thank you.
Wow. Thank you, Dr. Ma'am Princess Motlong, for your enlightening and empowering speech. And thank you also for opening the door of partnership and solidarity. We are really grateful for this platform from the Women's Federation for World Peace International. We are working together, all of us, as one global community. Really, your work and your dedication to uplifting rural women and youth are truly transformative. By equipping them with essential business management skills, you had fostered economic independence. We are grateful for your leadership, and thank you again for sharing your invaluable insight with us today. Now, dear participants, let's give a round of applause to all our beautiful, strong women speakers today. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much for all your sharing. And then now we are going to a breakout session wherein we are going to join to the different speakers. And so it is designed to provide participants with an opportunity to engage more deeply with each speaker. This interactive format will foster networking and allow attendees to ask questions and delve into ideas in greater detail. Participants can select from 4 groups and are welcome to move between sessions during the allotted 10 minutes. Yesterday, 10 minutes was not enough. We encourage you to use this time to build connections that may lead to collaborative partnership and shared projects aligned with our common vision for women empowerment. All right, the guideline for selecting a breakout room. So on your screen there, click the breakout room in your meeting control to view the list of available sessions, and then hover over and the number next to your chosen breakout room and click join and confirm your selection. You may repeat this process to explore additional rooms or click leave room to return to the main session. Please note that participants who are not joining via the desktop or mobile app will be unable to self-select breakout rooms. The breakout rooms are now open. We hope you take full advantage of this valuable networking opportunity. While our time is brief, we trust it will be both productive and enriching. Thank you. Hello, everyone. Welcome back. We hope you found the networking sessions to be both enriching and engaging. I want to take a moment to underscore the vital importance of networking and partnership in driving meaningful change in our world. When we collaborate, we unlock a wealth of innovative ideas and bolster our collective strength, empowering us to advance our shared goals. Together, we can achieve far more than ever we could alone, but when we are together, we can achieve more. Let's continue to harness this potential and make a lasting impact. Thank you all. So now we are moving on to the closing ceremony of our this Global Vision Summit 2024. As we approach the conclusion of our summit, I invite you to join us for the closing ceremony, and I would like to extend my heartfelt gratitude to all our speakers and participants who have dedicated the past 2 days to this gathering. Your engagement and contributions have generated tremendous synergy and power throughout our discussion. In this moment, we will reflect on the summit agreement crafted collaboratively with our presenters. This agreement encapsulates the key issues we have explored together and serves as a call to action for all of us. Starting today, let us enhance our cooperation and mobilize our resources to achieve the common vision and objectives articulated during the Women's Federation for World Peace International Global Vision Summit 2024. The agreement will be formally signed by our representatives, including the International President, International Secretary General, Director of the Women's Federation for World Peace International UN Office, Chief Administrative Officer, and our distinguished presenters. I now invite all participants to read the agreement displayed on your screens and react with emojis. Please react with emojis to signify your agreement. Okay, so WFWPI Global Vision Summit 2024 agreement. We, the participants of the Women's Federation for World Peace International Global Vision Summit 2024, hereby reaffirm our collective commitment to the objectives and vision outlined during this transformative event. Together, we embrace the responsibility to inspire action, foster leadership, and advocate for sustainable practices that benefit our global community. Objectives of the summit. 1. Promote environmental awareness. We commit to educating ourselves and others about current environmental issues and advocating for sustainable practices that protect our planet from future generations. 2. Empower women. We recognize that and will actively highlight the pivotal role of women in environmental conservation and leadership. We pledge to support initiatives that promote gender equity in decision-making processes. And number 3, cultivate future leaders. We aim to inspire and equip young professionals with the knowledge and skills necessary to lead future initiatives. We will create mentorship opportunities and platform for collaboration that enable the next generation of leaders to thrive. So now for the call to action. In light of this objective, we call upon all participants to take action. Integrate at least one sustainable practice into your personal or professional sphere and share your experiences with your community to inspire further engagement. 2, advocate for change. Utilize your influence to promote environmental awareness and support policies that advance sustainable development and women's leadership. And 3, connect and collaborate. foster networks among participants that encourage collaboration on environmental and social initiatives, amplifying our collective impact. Next is share knowledge. Continue the dialogues initiated at the summit by disseminating insights and resources within your networks and communities, ensuring that the momentum of this summit carries forward. Together, we can effect meaningful change and contribute to a more sustainable and equitable world. Let us commit to being the leaders of tomorrow. So signed by all the participants of the Women's Federation for World Peace International Global Vision Summit 2024. Date, September 28, 2024. Thank you for your engagement and enthusiasm. Now, I would like to invite our International Secretary General, Dr. Paris Moon, to share her closing remarks. Dr. Moon, the floor is yours. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Our two-day summit is now coming to a close. This was our first time hosting the Global Vision Summit, and it was a great success. I would like to thank our incredible speakers, participants, MC, and amazing translators. First times are never easy, but we did it. As many of you know, we started virtual educational programs during the COVID-19 pandemic, covering a variety of topics. This summit is a pilot initiative. During the pandemic in 2020, I read more books than ever before, one of which was Atomic Habits. It's greatly inspired me and remind me of the importance of focusing on now rather than later. With this spirit of our global committee more actively organized virtual events, we slowly incorporated our ideas, shared parts of our lives, and supported our communities as much as we could. What important is that we are acting now, starting at a personal level. I believe this summit began with a small idea to improve our lives and to create a better environment for all us. I'm sure you had a wonderful time and gained valuable insight from our speakers. Please take what you have learned and apply it in your own lives, starting with the little things. Now it's time to officially close our summit. Though we did our best, there is always room for improvement, I know. We will be preparing a report on this event, which will be uploaded to our website soon. I would also like to extend my heartfelt thanks to our international presidents, whose tireless efforts and have strengthened our organization and deepened our collaboration with leaders, members, and stakeholders to better serve our community. Lastly, a big thank to you, all the team members who supported us and worked behind the scene. I wish you all a restful and enjoyable weekend. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Moon. Let's have a round of applause to our ISD, Dr. Paris Moon. That was a very encouraging closing remarks, and we surely had a wonderful time during this Global Vision Summit. So as we wrap up, the Women's Federation for World Peace International Global Vision Summit 2024, I want to express our appreciation for your participation. This summit marks a significant first step, and it has been inspiring to see how we are all united in our global vision and mission to create a better future for humanity. Once again, thank you all for to all our distinguished presenters and participants. Let's continue to build on this momentum and stay connected as we move forward. Wishing you all a wonderful day and night ahead. But goodbye. Thank you.
Thank you, dear. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Congratulations,
Thank you,
WFWP.
Thank you very much.
Thank
Congratulations. It
Thank
was
you.
amazing.
Bye-bye.
Appreciate you, all of us. Thank
Have
you
a good
for
weekend.
all
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
participants,
Bye-bye.
speakers,
Congratulations
Thank
to all
you.
of